Welcome back, everybody. We have another mini-mate video. It's been a little bit since I've had one of these out. Did a little bit of traveling down to the Tetons, or over to the Tetons and Yellowstone, and did a He-Man video once I got back, the Grizzlor one, the previous video. And it's time to get out the mini-mates, and the big announcement yesterday was Wolverine, Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds are going to star in Deadpool 3. So, pretty big deal. You know, the Deadpool movies, especially the first one, the second one's pretty good too, but the first one's like, you know, literally it's one of my favorite comedies. I try to separate my comic book movies out of my favorites list, but Deadpool is one of my favorite comedies of all time, and it's one of those movies that personifies the character. It's not even like Logan personifies Wolverine, but like that's like an Elseworld from what the Wolverine we know is. But this movie is just basically, you know, the first Deadpool movie is basically perfection for just a superhero movie. It just personifies everything that character is in the setting you'd normally see him in. It's such a good movie, you know, and of course cast by Ryan Reynolds, or he's Deadpool, one of the best castings of all time too. You know, I think there could be another Wolverine, but man, it's gonna be hard to replace Deadpool someday with somebody that funny and charismatic. But I figured right away, it's like, well, why don't I just do something with Deadpool and Wolverine? And then just stuff clicked in my head, and it turned into just thinking about Hulk versus, if any of you guys have ever seen that. Marvel has some animated stuff. A lot of people say Marvel's strong suit is movies. It's their weak suit is their animated. And I would say out of all their animated cartoons they did, the Hulk versus, I mean the whole thing, not just the segment with Wolverine and Weapon X, but the you know, the Thor story too, are perfection. I mean, you can't do those. Couldn't have done those two stories any better than you did in Hulk. And it's just weird that it's Hulk that kept them together, those two movies. And you know, it seemed like you know, it's a Hulk versus. He should have been the centerpiece, but no, it was really Thor and Wolverine were the centerpiece of those movies. So yeah, great movie. This was the Weapon X team that they had in there trying to track Wolverine down. I don't exactly remember it the best right now. I haven't seen it in a year or so, but I'm pretty sure it was, you know, these four characters: Deathstroke, Sabretooth, Omega Red, and Deadpool. So yeah, it was a great movie. And yeah, that's about it. I made a hallway. I think the camera, when I took the picture, is a little bit more this way, so you can tell that those four are walking down a hallway, and yet you can see all four of their faces. I'm pretty sure it's from a lower angle. And then we got Wolverine just kind of leaning around the corner, ready to attack. You know, I think I captioned it on Instagram as Sabretooth saying something, I can't smell Wolverine over the beans you ate, or something like that. Just throwing in some comedy stuff because it is Deadpool, and you kind of gotta have that comedy whenever Deadpool's in there. If you ain't shooting or cutting somebody up, you better do something funny. So, yeah, that'll do it for this shot. Let's go on to another one. All right. Yeah, we definitely got a cool one here. This turned out very well. A lot of tweaking, a lot of setting up. So basically, this shot here, just to go over, you know, just to go through it, I built it around Siren on the levitation stick. You guys, I haven't done a levitation shot in a long time. I should break out Superman or Thor and do some levitation shots. Anyways, you know, I started with her. I had to find something to put her on. Cars always work good in a cityscape. And then I just kind of noticed this garage laying on the, you know, in the corner. I hadn't used it in a while. It's actually pretty new. I've maybe used it once or twice. Maybe it's, you know, I just figured we got to get that thing back out to get some diversity in the pictures. So that's where I started. Make a good ambulance garage. That's why I have those two emergency vehicles in there. They just barely fit in there. And then have her levitating, and of course she would be, you know, screaming towards you know, Juggernaut. So I had kind of moved him in a good spot where I could fit Wade in, hanging from, you know, Juggernaut's arm with the intestines hanging out, and then You know, placing his legs to where you're not going to see the peg, you know, on the hip piece. And using that sticky tack I use from Baby Bell Cheese Wax, you know, to hold everything into place. You know, I don't know if I've ever showed you, I haven't showed you guys in a while. But yeah, it's just this little red dot by his hand. That's cheese wax. Works very good. Gets a little messy, a little gunky. You got to clean your stuff off after every use. I do my best not to leave anything. And then, you know, as far as Deadpool goes, I like the character, but it's kind of weird. He blew up. He became this huge character. And I just never got into him when he blew up. I was into him when he first came out. I was into him when he's in New Mutants, especially New Mutants with Siren. He had 2 limited series. One was with Juggernaut and Black Tom. That's why these 2 are here. Black Tom, I think he's wearing a different costume. I actually made a custom of the costume that's proper for him, but decided not to use it just because this one right here that Luke made is just fantastic. You know, Tom Cassidy version. But he's there just to kind of balance out the picture. And then, you know, Siren, because she had her thing with Deadpool, you know, in that limited series. And then, where else? Well, in X-Force, the later X-Force issues, those 2 had like a little bit of a run together. And that's really my Deadpool. Like I said, I didn't get into it when he had his own series or when stuff, when he really blew up with all the limited series, and all of his, he ended up with like 5 different series going on at the same time, I think at one point in time, like a Max series and Deadpool this and Deadpool that, and a couple more limited, and I didn't get into it. But, you know, whatever, he's cool. The movie, like I said, is one of my favorite comedies of all time. It's pretty hilarious. But, yeah, anyways, back to this picture. That's basically it. He's hung up on wax. And then, you know, after filling in the background with the other buildings so you don't see dead space back there, there was a matter of making that, the intestines and legs look a little bit more realistic with some blood. I even put some on the roll that you might be able to see. But this picture turned out fantastic. This is one of the best ones I've done in a long time. Yeah, it just turned out really well. Very creative. And then nostalgic. I'm sure there's going to be people on Instagram when I post this that go, oh yeah, I loved it when those, you know, in that limited series and stuff. But yeah, classic Deadpool. Let's do one more simple shot. All right, so final shot of this video. We're still sticking with Deadpool, and this shot's inspired by Dale Mills, who's a huge Mini-Mate guy. You guys should really check him out on Instagram. He's awesome. One of the kings of customs. I guess there's a lot of kings of customs, but he's one of the great ones. But he also posts his personal pictures on his page, and it's him drinking coffee a lot, which I certainly like. I'm a coffee drinker myself. I absolutely love a good solid cup of coffee. But somebody else from the Mini-Mate community, Mini-Mate Meister, he took a picture of himself kind of in the same pose, and I thought it was kind of funny, and I thought it'd be funny to do an actual shot of myself. Like when I saw that, I'm like, God, should I take my Mini-Mate figure and do that shot? And then, so that was kind of in the back of my head just to do the Dale Mills. And then because I'm doing this Deadpool and we're sticking with, you know, comedy theme because it's Deadpool, I thought it'd be fun to just use him in the pose. Nobody wants to see me anyways. Nobody wants to see my face, even when it's Mini-Mate. They want to see Deadpool because of the Deadpool 3 announcement. So it kind of works. It's just kind of fun to use him instead of myself. I actually, at one point in time, I was going to do Captain Britain's suit with a Dale Mills head on it. I thought that would be pretty awesome, but we ended up with Deadpool by the time we're all done here. But I hope he appreciates it. I hope he doesn't think I'm making fun of him or being mean about it. It is definitely, you know, meant as a honor to bring his name up. I don't think I ever did a mini-made retcon video of his stuff. He doesn't have as many pictures as most of us, although I will say like the last year or so, I can't even remember when he started, but he's been doing some really great stuff with some Western towns, and like he has some of my favorite Kit Bash customs, because he does this, there's this 90s action movies that used to come out, or TV shows. God, one was like Street Justice and Highlander and all that other stuff, and he does a lot of the customs. He's a huge fan of that era of TV. Too, Reno Reigns and Vincent Black. God, what show is that? Renegade, with Johnny Six Killer and Cheyenne, I think it was his sister. But he has some great customs of that, and even a motorcycle from the TV show. So yeah, I should retcon his stuff sometime. Except I don't have the awesome Kit Bash customs that he does. We'll do it eventually, I'm sure. Anyways, enough rambling. Yeah, that's my Deadpool video. Completely unplanned, inspired by the trailer. Glad we got these guys out. I haven't done some X-Men shots in a while. Yeah, anyways, thanks for following along, guys. Hit the like and subscribe button. Check out the description of the video for the links to my Instagram and Facebook page, and we'll see you at the next video. Bye now.